My presentation today is wireless sensors in telematics, and just for those of you who do not know anything about our company, I would like to introduce it a bit. Neomatica, this is the name of our company. We are located in Russia and we are designing and manufacturing ADM devices. So those are devices for satellite monitoring and vehicles and other monitoring of vehicles and other objects united under this brand ADM. We also produce fleet trackers ADM, personal tracker ADM 50, IFID systems ADM 20 with IFID tax 21, ADM 21, and our new product, which all my today's presentation will be about, ADM 31 BLE sensor. We have actually over 300 partners all over the world, and we are proud to say that at the moment there are over 200,000 objects equipped with our devices. So wireless control of parameters is a very important subject in my opinion, because now many businesses and more businesses all over the world need this type of control for their vehicles. And actually we not only offer a sensor, a temperature sensor, we offer the whole system to control many parameters, including temperature, illumination, impact, rotation, inclination, magnetic field, and honestly many other for wireless remote control. This system includes in ADM 31 temperature sensor, ADM 007 tracker, which is our fleet tracker, standard fleet tracker, and all these with wireless software. So as far as I have already mentioned, this system really represents an effective solution for many fields, but especially refrigerators, cargo, control of vehicles, units, and lifting equipment. And I will focus on all these three areas just to show you how effective the system could be. The main features of ADM 31 temperature sensors is the temperature range measured, which is between -30 and +70 degrees of Celsius. It can also measure illumination in the range between 0.01 to 83,000 luxes, and it has got the maximum coverage of 50 meters and IP65, which you know is very high IP. Replaceable battery, which will serve you up to 2 years. So the first case is maybe the most evident one because it relates to refrigerators, which are mostly carrying some perishable produce or medicine, which definitely requires special temperature condition to be transported. And this system, which includes ADM 31 and a fleet tracker and wireless software and sense-related application, which we use here to control temperature and illumination. So this system might be very effective because it allows to quickly respond to some critical changes in temperature illumination and to control cargos located near the doors for example, or some other problematic areas in a refrigerator, or it allows to detect an intentional disconnection of the refrigerator, for example, and it's very comfortable that you do not need to install that. So specifically, you can see how all these parameters are displayed in this slide, temperature and illumination values, that you can really see online in the SensorLayer application by Vylon. So here you can see there are three sensors that we have installed in a refrigerator. The first one has been installed on the top of this refrigerator, and it shows you the temperature of 19 degrees of Celsius, because this is actually the temperature of the environmental temperature. The other two sensors have been installed inside this refrigerator, and actually they show you that the temperature range, the temperature requirement is respected, because the temperature is rather low here. And below you can see three lines just below each scale of temperature, and each line shows us the illumination. So for the first sensor, the illumination is 423, because it means that the sensor is outside, and the two other sensors display the value 0. Yes, displays the 0, show us the 0, because the doors are closed, and the two other sensors are inside the refrigerator, so it's very dark inside. So 3 volts, which you can see below, actually shows us the tension, the voltage of our battery, and the battery is okay now. So the next slide shows us the report, so an example of a report which you can easily form in Vylon. And this is a report regarding the state of the object during a period of time. And here you can see how the curves are changing in some period of times, because the first curve shows you when the doors were opened in some moments, and the illumination values have been changing during the time. So here you can easily check when your driver opened the doors of his refrigerator, and for example, the lowest curve shows us the temperature, because all these waves that you can see mean that the refrigerator was at work, and after after maybe the driver switched off the refrigerator, and the temperature went up considerably, and suddenly you can see this passage, and it's very evident here. So these reports are very, very efficient and very useful, because if you have some conflicts with your careers or with your customers, and actually you don't understand what was the reason of goods damage or some products perishing, you can easily prove with this type of reports that, for example, the driver was guilty in that, because here the time is always shown, and the problem here, the reason here is evident, so you can really form official claims with these reports. It's very, very helpful. So control of vehicles, units and lifting equipment. First of all, I just would like to say that these functions are in our plans now only because we are planning to to complete our ADM 31 with functions which will allow it to control inclination and rotation. Rotation, I mean rotation of some special vehicles, units, for example. It will definitely allow to control the whole working process. For example, you will be able to see the number of loadings, underloadings, liftings, and to actually to improve the work in general. This is very comfortable because you will be able to reinstall the equipment very quickly in another vehicles. So optimize the work process and rapidly prevent any violation. Another case which might be applicable to our ADM 31 is damaging of transported goods, which might be frequent as well, because couriers employers often neglect the cargo, and ADM 31 might be a good and efficient solution of this problem, because we are planning to complete it with the function of impact control. So with the same report, you will be able to prove when the good when the good was affected and by whom, because it's very important to prove it while forming an official claim. Thank you very much for attention.